Ladies and gentlemen, I thought we were done with Kamala Harris. And I was happy to no longer hear her voice or hear her cackle. I don't know about you. But I was like, I'm so glad I don't have to hear this woman's voice all over the news anymore. But Harris is telling her advisors and allies to keep her political options open. Hold on, let me get this straight. So the lady who they spent $1 billion on and left the Democratic Party in $20 million worth of debt, talking about she could run for president again or governor of California? I tell you what, Kamala, I think you should run for governor of California. If the Californian people vote you in, they get what they deserve. But there's no way in Sam hell that Kamala Harris is running for president again. I don't know who's saying this. I don't know why they said this, but this is crazy. Kamala Harris has been lying low since her defeat in the presidential race, unwinding with family and senior aides in Hawaii before heading back to the nation's capital. But privately, the vice president has been instructing advisors and allies to keep her options open, whether for a possible 2028 presidential run or even run for governor in her home state of California in 2 years. As Harris had repeated in phone calls, I'm staying in the fight. Wow. Let me say this to the Democratic Party. If you are crazy enough to run this woman again in anything, you quite frankly get what you deserve. Kamala Harris was the worst presidential candidate ever. She was the worst presidential candidate when she ran for president the first time, when Tulsi Gabbard tore her behind up the first time. This concept and idea of manufacturing a candidate that is Kamala Harris, you saw how much of an epic fail it was. And for news to even be floating this, for Politico to be floating this, to try and create a landing pad for her is absolutely insane. Watch this. She's expected to explore those and other possible paths forward with a family member over the winter holiday season, according to 5 people in the Harris inner circle who are granted anonymity to discuss internal dynamics. Her deliberations follow an extraordinary 4 months in which Harris went from President Joe Biden's running mate to the top of the ticket, re-energizing Democrats before ultimately crashing on election night. She doesn't have to decide if she wants to run for something again in the next 6 months, said the former Harris campaign aide. The natural thing to do would be to set up for some type of entity that would give her an opportunity to travel and give speeches and preserve her public relationships. Let me tell you something. Kamala aides, Politico. Let me explain something to you. If y'all keep playing around with Vladimir Putin, you ain't about to have no opportunity at all to do nothing, because he's going to blow up every damn thing. So this whole conversation about 2028, y'all need to sit down. We need to get to 2025 first. And this heifer is still in the office right now while we got World War III on the cusp. So we need to get to 2025. And y'all talking about 2028 or maybe 2027. Nah, dog. Nah. We need to get through 2025. We need to get to 2025. This is insane that they would even be floating this out here on Politico, trying to create space for her. I mean, who did this? Who wrote this? Who wrote this article? Christopher Caldelago and Eugene Daniels. See y'all two right here? Y'all two people? Y'all lost y'all damn mind. And you notice this is one of those sources inside her campaign say. This is not a person. This is sources say that she may be running. This is the rumor mill starting up to try and see what kind of reaction that people would have to Kamala Harris running. And I'm going to say it to you like this. Watch this. Let's just take this and let's click search and let's see how much traction it's got. Let's just take the title. Let's see how much traction. So 1, 2, 3. 3 people picked this up. The Times of India, the New York Post, and Politico. They are the only ones that picked this up. Look at it. Politico, who started it, the New York Post, and the Times of India. We might as well not even count the Times of India. Let's see what Fox News had to say. Harris breaks silence after GOP leader says anti-Trump rhetoric risks inviting another assassination attempt. This is old. This is October. So this just goes to show you they were floating this to see what kind of traction she would get at Politico, and it was an epic failure in this news cycle. And it makes sense to me because she failed her way to the top. It makes all the sense in the world to me that she wouldn't get any traction. So let's take Times of India out of the equation, and let's look at New York Post and Politico, and that's the only people that picked up on this. Look at this. 3 weeks ago, 11 weeks ago. That's it. That's all. So Kamala Harris has been relegated to the trash bin of history, and this was a ploy to see what kind of response the news media would give to this story, and they can't pick it up. They can't pick it up because the world about to blow up. They got to focus on the fact that they're about to blow the damn world up. And it's just the nerve of the writers to even try and do it. It's insane, man. It's totally, absolutely insane that they would even try to pick a story like this up. But that just goes to show you, these people never quit. They don't ever quit.